guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am here with another holiday inspired makeup look, and this is it right here. I really love how it came out. For this look today, I went ahead and used the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill palette. I absolutely love this one. It's one of my favorites. But yes, this is a look right here. Just a super glam glitter cut crease. I'm obsessed with it. But yes, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe down below. And if you guys want to see how to get this look right here, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, let's go ahead and jump right into it. As you guys see, I already have my eyebrows done, as well as the one eye done. So we're going to go ahead and start the other eye. So for today's look, I'm going to be using the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill palette. This is my go-to palette. I take on freelancing with me for weddings, proms, everything. I love this palette, so I highly recommend it. And I believe they sell it at Ulta. So leave it down below if you guys, if they do sell it and if you guys want to purchase it. But I love this palette. I get so much use out of it. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the brush I'm going to be using most of the time is my Morphe M506 brush, my all-time favorite pointed fluffy brush. I'm going to start off by going into this brown shade right here. It's a really nice dark brown shade. So going into that brown shade, I'm tilting my head back and I'm starting right at the center of my crease, going from inner to outer corner, doing circular motions. And I'm rounding this out, and then I'm going to bring it in. Usually I round it out and keep it rounded out, but for this look, we're going to bring it in. As you guys see here, it's brought in on the outer corner to make it smoky. So we're going to kind of angle our brush and put this to our lash line. So kind of like liner, you're winging it out a little bit, but again, still keeping that round shape. Hopefully you guys can see as I'm doing it. And don't mind my nails. I'm getting them done on Friday. I'm getting a new set. And I like to get new sets every now and then just to keep them fresh. But they look tragic without nails. So please excuse that. I'm also going to bring this color along my lash line, but very slightly. I'm not doing a lot. But I do want it to be smoky on my lash line. So bringing it all the way in the inner corner to my lash line. So now I'm going into this shade. It's a little bit up from this first shade that we used. The first shade we used is right here. I'm taking this one. It's a more lighter brown shade, and I'm taking that on that same pointed pencil brush. I'm applying it right above. This is really going to help blend the shade out so it's not harsh, and you have really nice seamless lines. Again, tilting the head back, doing circular motions. Just blending that shade out. I'm not going to bring it in like we did with the first shade. I'm only going to blend out the edges. Hopefully my camera looks better. I finally looked up how to put the proper settings on my camera. And oh my gosh, I'm obsessed right now. Like, I can't believe I've been missing out. Now you guys know my favorite trick is taking any translucent setting powder. This one is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. It's the pressed one. And I'm taking that on that same brush and I'm blending the edges out of that second shade we just used. This really makes sure you have no harsh lines completely. I love doing this. It really blends everything out really nicely. Okay, so now we're going to deepen up the look. So I'm going into these two shades right here. They're really, really dark brown shades. And we're still using that same pointed pencil brush. It's my absolute favorite. And I'm taking this and deepening up that edge. Again, kind of like a wing liner, bringing it in and then putting it really closely to my lash line. And then doing the same thing we did with that first shade. Just doing circular motions, tilting your head back and applying it inner to outer corner. Again, just winging it out right here, kind of on an angle. Okay, so now for the fun part, I'm going in with concealer. This one is the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Snow. And I'm taking this on a Coastal Scents BRC S12 brush. It's a perfect small flat brush. Taking that on both sides of the brush. And I'm going to carve out my crease. You guys will see I'm doing tapping motions. Tapping it to get that perfect roundness effect. So now for my lid shade, I'm taking the Pixi by Petra. This is the Eye Reflection Shadow Palette, Natural Beauty one. I'm going into this first shade right here called Petal. It's just a matte nude shade, and I'm taking that same brush I used for the concealer and just patting this right on top of that concealer because I really want a nice smooth matte base. Taking that brush and patting that shade right over top. So I'm gonna go back in with that darkest brown shade just to deepen up this outer corner because I feel like the other side's a little bit darker. So just matching them up. Okay, so now for the fun part, we're going to start off by doing that glitter we have right here. I used a lot of different things to kind of experiment. So I'm just going to do the same thing. You don't have to use all these things. You'll probably just use the glitter, but since I did it on this side, I'm going to do it on this side. So I started by taking the L'Oreal Palace eyeshadow in the shade Silver Sky. Going in with my favorite brush right now, this is the Coastal Scents brush. It came in one of their sets. I'm not sure the name of it, but it is perfectly tapered and pointy to get right in that crease area for something like this. So I've been really loving it. So I'm taking that L'Oreal eyeshadow and I'm just creating that shape, following that cut crease we did with the concealer. And stopping where we get to that brown on the edge. And as you guys see, that wasn't super intense, but as you guys see, I really wanted something intense. So this one didn't do it for me. So then I went in with the Pixi. This is their Liquid Fairy Lights in Crystal. It's just like a liquid eyeshadow. And I took that on the same brush. And I did the same thing, just following that. And as you guys see, that's super intense. Okay, so now for the glitter, I'm taking these ones by AOS in the shade Crystal Powder. I'll leave it down below. I'm taking that same brush, and since it's wet from applying all the other shades, it's going to stick really nicely. As you guys see, this really just provided the intensity that I was looking for. Again, you could just stick with the other shades if you're not into glitter, or you could just skip this step in general and just do the smoky eye. Okay, so now I'm going in with liner. I'm taking the MAC Black Brush Black Stroke Liner. I'm just going to line my lash line just so my lashes blend. Okay, so now applying mascara before my lashes. This one is the Rimmel Wonder Luxe Volume Mascara. I've really been liking it. So I'm just going to apply a few coats of this on before my lashes. So now for lashes, you guys already know I'm taking the Ardell 252s. I'm going to pop these on and then we'll start the face. Set up with the primer. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've really been liking this and it's super affordable, which is always great. So now for foundation, because we're going super full glam. I love using stick foundations. They're my favorite. My favorite one is the Makeupforever HD Stick Foundation. I just haven't got around to repurchasing it and I'm literally down to nothing. I had this forever. But one really similar that I've been loving is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. And this one is really, really good. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild one and put it on the perimeter of my face. It's a little dark. It's not super bad, but we're going to make it work. I'm going to take whatever left over. I can't even pull it up that much. And I'm going to apply it to the center of my face. I'm going to take this brush from Iconic London to first blend that out, and then we'll go in with a sponge to really just blend it out. But I love stick foundations. Actually, I'm going for like a really, really like glam look. I'm just going to take my Real Technique sponge and really make sure everything is nicely blended. Really good. Okay, so now to highlight and conceal, you guys already know my Too Faced Concealer in Snow. We're just going to be highlighting the center of our face, our under eyes, our chin, the nose, and the forehead. We're also going to be cream contouring today because we're going full glam. We got a cream contour. So I'm just taking my Real Technique sponge to blend that out. I love me a full glam look, and I feel like applying concealer just makes the look. I don't know, what do you guys like? What's your favorite part about doing your makeup? Like, I love doing my eyes. It's my favorite, but I feel like once I apply concealer, it just all comes together. Okay, so now cream contour, I'm taking the Coastal Scents Concealer Palette. As you guys see, it has a bunch of concealers, color correctors, and some like cream bronzers. So I'm going to go in and take this color right here. I'm just going to take it on my sponge. Oh, it's a little red. Let's mix it with another one. Take that brush I used with my foundation just to blend that out. No cream bronzing or contouring can be really scary, but I like to take it right on my sponge and tap it. And then I'll go over it like I just did with my forehead with my foundation brush, whatever I use for my foundation, just to like blend it out. Wow, that looks really good. I'm really liking it. So now going in with powder, I'm going to be taking my favorite right now, which is the Mercier Translucent Powder. I'm just taking some of that on the cap. And with the other side of my sponge, I'm going to bake my under eyes just a little, because again, we're going all out. So the rest of my face, I'm going to go in back with that Maybelline Fit Me powder. And just take a big, nice selfie brush. This is the Morphe E41 brush. I'm just setting the rest of my face. I don't like leaving that bake on too much because I do have dry skin. So I'm going to take my sponge and just tap that to really soak it into the skin. Instead of brushing it away, I really like tapping it in just to kind of soak it all up. And again, it makes it look a little bit more natural, not as cakey. Because when you do baking, it can get a little bit cakey. Okay, so our face is almost done. Let's go ahead and finish the eyes. I'm going to do this one off camera, and then we'll come back and do the other. Okay, so as you guys see, I have this eye already done. I love this look so much. It's super easy for the bottom. We're just going to do the same thing we basically did on the top. So I'm going to go in first with that first shade that we used right here, this light brown shade. For this, I'm taking my Coastal Scents liner brush. And I'm going to apply this really closely to my lash line from inner to outer quarter. I don't want to bring it down too low, so I'm going to try to keep it closely to my lash line. Then going into that second shade we used to blend that shade out, I'm taking that pointed pencil brush and blending that out. Again, not taking it super low and then connecting it to that top. Then lastly, going into them two dark brown shades with that same liner brush. I'm going to take this and go really close to my lash line, closer than that other brown. Going back into that pencil brush just to slightly blend it out. I don't want to blend it out too much. Then I'm going in with any black liner. This is the Coastal Scents one, and applying it right in my waterline. Going back in with that Rimmel mascara, I'm just applying it to my bottom lashes. So now for my inner quarter, I didn't want to go anything too crazy, so I'm going to go back into that lid shade from the Pixi palette. I'm just going to apply that to my inner corner slightly. I'm also going to take this and apply it to my brow bone. Okay, so that is it for the eyes. I love how it came out. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish the face. So to bronze, you guys already know I'm taking my Mercier #1 bronzer. I really love this one. I'm taking this, just applying it where you put that cream bronzer. It's like the perfect color. I love it so much. Taking it on the temples. Since we're going full glam, we're going to contour. So for that, I'm taking the Marc Jacobs. This is the Forage Mirage Filter. And I'm going to be taking the contour side. And just slightly contouring. Wow, that's a perfect shade for contouring. Not too cool, not too warm. It's really nice. Going back into that Mercier powder, I'm going to bake right under my contour. So clean it up. Nose, my forehead, my chin. Just kind of rebaking all those areas. Okay, so for blush, I'm taking this one by MAC in the shade Prism. It goes perfect with the eye. It's a really nice brown shade. I'm taking the Coastal Scents blush brush. Same one for contouring. Just applying this to the apples. Oh, I love blush. Blush and concealer just like makes the look. Bronzer too. I mean, it's all great. So now I'm going to wipe off that bake with my Morphe brush, the one we used earlier. Just wipe that off. And then I'm just going to blend everything together with that brush. Okay, so now for highlight first, I'm going to go in with a liquid one. This is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Glow Amari Boosting Drops. And this one is in the shade Daybreaker. I'm going to take that and apply it to my hand. I know they always say don't apply liquids after you applied your powder, but what I like to do is put it on the back of my hand, take my sponge, and then apply it, because then it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter It really helps it to blend, as you see. So applying the powders doesn't mess it up. If you apply it straight with a brush or right off of the tube, it's gonna look streaky because of the powder. That's why I like applying it with a sponge, but first applying it to my hand to warm it up a bit. So for powder highlight, I'm gonna go into the Mercier Face Illuminating in the shade Iridescent. I'm gonna take my Real Techniques. I think this is their setting brush. Hopefully this highlighter isn't too dark. Just gonna apply it. Oh yes, look at that. This is so pretty. It's like a really nice pinky purpley blush, but it's not like overbearing to where you notice it's like a color. It's a little too dark, so I'm going to take the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill palette and take these two shades. I love these for highlighting. They're my favorite. Look at that. Goes above the eyebrows, the chin. Oh, love it. I'm going to spray my face with the Too Faced Hangover Primer and Setting Spray. Okay, so now for lips, I'm going to do a combination of things. I want to be like a nice nude. So to line them, I'm taking my Maybelline liner in the shade Gone Grunge. You guys know I love this one. Then for lips, I'm first going to take this Too Faced Melted Liquid Lip in Melted Nude. These used to be my all-time favorite. They last forever. So I'm going to take that and I'll hide it. Then I'm going to take the same thing, the Too Faced Melted Liquid Lip in Sugar, and apply this to the center of my lips. It's a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this Revlon lip gloss in the shade. There's no shade, but it's like a pinky one. Just apply that all over. Oh yeah, I love this. Okay guys, so that is it for this look right here. I really love how it came out. It's perfect for Christmas or any holiday. I really like it. So yes, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.